Well, hello there. Now, I made a vow to myself to never cover furries again because they're insanely cringe and the drama they get into is even more cringe. However, today is the exception. This situation revolves around someone by the name of Boof. Now, the furry community is doing basically anything they can to get this guy canceled. Why are they doing this? Because Boof managed to become popular fast. That's literally it. Boof managed to get 20K on Twitter in like a month, so people started saying he was an industry plant, despite the fact that he had over 1 million subs on YouTube and 500K on TikTok. No, clearly he botted followers. That's clearly the only way. Now, people have made a whole lot of claims about Boof, and from my research, absolutely none of them are true. It's actually insane. From lying about him to lying about his boyfriend, the so-called most welcoming community turns out to only welcome the people they like, and Boof was apparently not on the approved furry list. So we're just going to go through every claim made about Boof and dismantle it, because if no one else from their community is going to stick up for this innocent guy, I may as well do it myself. So let's start off with the silly claims first. The first claim used to try and cancel Boof is the age difference he has with his boyfriend. Boof is a 23-year-old man and his boyfriend is 51. You know, when they met, Boof was either 20 or 21, so who gives a fuck? I mean, this is two legal adults meeting and dating each other. Sure, one is like a little older than the other, but who cares? Next claim, and this is serious, Boof's boyfriend is a cop, therefore he's a white supremacist. I mean, that's just fucking ridiculous. No, not every cop is a racist person. That's fucking stupid. People have said there have been claims of negligence while he's on the force, but I mean, I've yet to see any of that. Also, the fact that he's 50 and still a police officer makes me not believe that. It's not like he became a cop yesterday, like he just spawned in. Chat, he might be a cop, but does anyone know what he thought of Stormfront from The Boys? Now, the last claim made in relation to Boof's boyfriend is that he's a Trump supporter. What evidence exists of such a claim? Well, his voter's registration says Republican. Got his ass. He definitely voted for Trump. Gotcha. No, actually, that's not what that means at all. It turns out if your voter registration says that, it just means you get to vote for who that party wants to represent them. It doesn't mean you voted for that candidate. Now, another claim I saw going around is he publishes art to Patreon without permission. He does actually get permission to post this art to his Patreon. So I guess that's just another point that's null. One thing I saw circling the other day is a screenshot where Boof is apparently saying some very racist shit, saying, "Of course, we must secure the existence of our people and a future for our white children, ooh woo." Chat, Boof just watched one too many epic rap battles of history videos, but does that make him a bad guy? I don't think I need to explain to you why a screenshot like this could very obviously be faked. Some people came out to say that the pixel noise remains consistent. That just means that the screenshot wasn't edited in Photoshop. It's a random screenshot with no proof it's actually his account. It could also be inspect elemented, you know, one of the easiest ways to fake a screenshot like this. Essentially, there's 1,000 different ways the screenshot could be fake, and sorry, it very blatantly fucking obviously is a fake screenshot. So he's not a white supremacist, his boyfriend isn't a Trump supporter, and he's not an industry plant. Let's move on to the Don't Hug Cacti section. Now, people are pointing out Boof is apparently cool with people who own fursuits from the company Don't Hug Cacti. The lore behind this company is that it apparently was started by someone who blows dogs or some shit. Does the same person still work at that company? No, they got fired forever ago. So my question is, who the fuck cares? If the bad guy isn't there anymore, why does it matter if he's cool with people who own the suits? I mean, as far as I can tell, the company and people who own the suits aren't cool with that. Otherwise, the person who blows dogs would still work there. The best way I can explain my argument is like this. NASA started off with NASA scientists. Why are we cool with NASA if the people who founded it sucked? There are people claiming he hangs out with MAGA supporters, but I, for the life of me, cannot find anything about this. We get to some people claiming Boof is a pedophile because, of course, we're just going down the list of every possible horrible thing you could be. What's the evidence? Well, he retweeted art once which had a character who is apparently underage. At most, that's cringe. Very cringe, I'd say. And probably the only bad thing he's done, but it's not even enough to call this guy a pedophile. I'm sorry, but until he has like a Vosh level crash out, then we can't consider him a pedophile. And even then, he could have accidentally retweeted this. That's very likely. It's just as likely he purposely retweeted this as he did accidentally retweeted this. He likes Brother Bear. He retweets fan art of Brother Bear all the time. It's very likely he just accidentally retweeted this. And I know I'm being incredibly charitable, but that's because no one else is. I mean, there's people blatantly faking screenshots. Sorry, he deserves a level of charitability. I'm inclined to no longer believe some of the bad things because people are faking evidence about him. That's just how that works. Boof, by the way, when talking to an artist, said that he never did this, which kind of backs up my theory that, yeah, it was an accident. He didn't mean to do this. However, furries are just gonna assume the worst shit possible about someone they don't like. At most, I'm just gonna say this is an L. I mean, that's about all I can do. What's next on the agenda? Oh, they think he supports zoo. All right, I guess let's look into this. So apparently one of the mods in this guy's server is a zoophile or a zoo apologist. I haven't seen any proof of that either. But apparently this guy being a mod makes Boof a piece of shit who supports animal or something. No, that's not what that means. Believe it or not, you do not have to interrogate mods or dig into their backgrounds for them to be mods. It's not like a fucking job application. It's a mod position in a Discord server. I mean, for fuck's sake, guys, come on. So yeah, it's, highly likely some bad apples got in. Hell, I'd argue in a Discord server with at least 100 people, statistically one of them is a bit of a bad guy. It's unrealistic to say Boof is checking every person in his server, and like I said, he absolutely does not have to interview his mods. If this person is a zoo, they should be removed, but that's realistically it. There's one last thing I want to point out, and it's that a user posted a video about Boof saying tourists go home, where they try to call Boof cringe or some shit, I don't know. But what's hilarious is in the comments, they're defending someone by the name of Soda Breath, who if you know me or the history of my channel, you'll know that's the person who falsely accused me of rape. The person who said I raped them for touching their knee after they said they wanted to have sex with me. Yes, Boof is apparently cringe to these people, but false rape accusations? A-okay, go out there guys, we got at least one last year. This year, let's aim to falsely accuse at least 5 people of rape. The furry community won't care if you do it, so why not? It's insanely wild to do something like this while calling someone else out, and it makes you a massive hypocrite. And you know what else is massive? Anyway, that's about every claim I could find that had a small amount of evidence to back it up. Someone in my server said it best about the whole Boof thing. They're just mad he got popular so fast. Most furries hate themselves. And I think that's the best way to say this. This is a community that's supposed to be super accepting. All the while they're trying to cancel a guy for existing. Because remember, they're super accepting if you're on the approved furry list. If not, you may as well kill yourself. So it turns out after writing my script, Boof came out with a video responding to all the drama, and I'm not going to go through every point he says because he kind of says a lot of the same of what I'm saying in this video. Essentially though, he says he's not hanging out with the Don't Hug Cacti suitors anymore or the MAGA suitors or whatever.
Me hanging out with someone who had a suit from DHC and also was a Trump supporter. And I didn't even know his politics until afterwards when people saw him a video, instantly started attacking me again, but like that was how I found out.
He also points out for the cub art that he thought the character was 18, but it turns out they're 16. But even when people get a dub, they were still lying because they said this was the 11-year-old character.
Finally, it was me retweeting one NSFW art on my AD where I've retweeted hundreds of things, but there was one post with Kenai and Tug, who are 2 bears from Brother Bear. I'm just gonna be honest. Kenai, I always assumed he was 18. I'm just gonna put in a little picture of him. The whole movie is about him being an adult, basically. Apparently, Kenai is actually 16. So then people started making a post and lying and saying that Kenai was actually Coda. And Coda is way, way younger. It's just a little weird to me how they always try to twist the truth to make me look as worse as possible.
I mean, still cringe, but I think it's pretty obvious that this was an accident. Yeah, though, if you haven't seen this video, you should probably go watch it. Anyway, that's where we're going to wrap the video up. I hate covering furry stuff because it's stupid and can usually be resolved by unplugging a retard's Ethernet cable, so this is the one furry video you're getting. There's a lot of people telling me to go back to it, and no, I'd rather kill myself. Anyway, I don't know. Join the Discord, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe, I guess. It'd be cool. Anyway, I don't know. Later.